Okay, so I'm going to be giving some quick thoughts on the Space Shuttle Challenger that kind of exploded or incinerated shortly after its takeoff due to a malfunction in the solid rocket boosters, the O-rings that did not hold because of a few factors, but one considerable factor was they were not tested at the low temperatures that they launched the rocket in, the space shuttle. And the three questions I kind of want to address is first, is there anything that NASA could have done differently? And I think it really comes down to the trust of the subordinates, because what happened was the senior level management at NASA got some information that these O-rings and the boosters were not tested at the cold temperatures they were going to experience during the launch date. Took that information, but they were also feeling a lot of pressure to get this space shuttle launched for national exposure, for presidential pressures, and for also another mission that they wanted to get going. And so although they took this information, I think they took it with a grain of salt and really had their own motives in play, didn't listen to their subordinates, and kind of went with their own agendas, and really took out public safety and the safety of the individuals on the space shuttle out of mind, and went ahead and launched. And we know that that was not a good idea. So I think what they could have done differently was, I don't know, maybe just had a different management that could handle social pressure, but outweigh that with human life and safety. As we know, engineers are supposed to always take that into concern first, and many of these management level executives did have engineering experience, but maybe over time they forgot that. So I think there should be some safety courses or some remembrance brought up to all levels of management that safety is number one. Number two, Buzz Jolly. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he was one of the engineers brought on to kind of look at some of these concerns. Is there anything he could have done differently? And I don't think so. I think genuinely he found the concerns. He presented that to his management, and I mean, he could have gone against their decisions and tried to sabotage the launch or something crazy. I don't even know, but I think he did his best in the situation, and it's sad that he had to kind of shut his mouth and let the management take over, even though he had legitimate concerns along with his colleagues. But I wouldn't say, I mean, if there was other lines of management he could have talked to, maybe, but going above your superiors is also a dangerous thing to do in the corporate world. So I wouldn't say there's anything you could do differently. And then lastly, what as a student, what do I see the future engineering professional responsibilities in relation to being loyal, but also protecting public welfare? Well, I think if you have a management that doesn't respect public welfare, then you're kind of in a bad position. But if you make sure you're with a company that the management regards those things, and if not, take it to HR, and maybe that they could help you guys out. But really, it's doing everything you can in your power, and hopefully the management will see that.